closely, see the fear that inspires it, and see how deeply polarized that whole question is. Okay, then. One doesn't answer mind on that level. One must rise up or go into the right brain. Mind is trapped there, but you are not. You can choose a different, a higher way. To do this, simply step into heart. Look at things from there. They'll look quite different, I promise. They do. Heart knows that mind is just being frightened and childish with that question. As we have stepped up in consciousness, up above the polarity, we realize our whole world is made up of love. It is founded on a love so divine that there are no words for it. We just know this is what is. Thus, even if it were just a hologram, just a game this life, never would we grab a gun up to seek to solve the problem that way. It's just not possible, not within heart. From within mind, we do these things, never within heart. There's a whole value system that crumbles as we look from the higher levels of awareness. I'm sure you're seeing these things yourselves. We see just how much the whole civilization is based upon mind, upon judgments, its rulings, beliefs, thoughts. Yet we also see how very unreal, how frail, and how fragile these are. Mind is a lower level tool, my friends. There is a whole layer or level of mind that is merely a part of 3D. We are abandoning it as we step up above. Up here in these levels of awareness, which so many are entering more and more every day, spirit and matter have no need to part. They are one. In the higher realms, heart permeates all, or spirit does. Take your pick. Same thing, perhaps, heart or spirit. Just call it love. That's the reality here. As we look through heart eyes on the scene down below, we realize we're playing like children there. We're picking fights with each other. Unnecessarily. Most of them are quite silly when seen from this height. Thus, there's no need even to solve them. They just dissolve as the nonsense they are. We move on. No need to give it another thought. This is how so much of it works as we move on, as we look at 3D from above. It's a bit like looking in on a bedroom full of sleepover preteens. Feelings get easily hurt. Everybody takes sides, takes everything so seriously, though it's just all silliness. We mercifully see that we learn things that way, so I'm not condemning that. That's what it is for, we see. As we look down from 4D and higher, it comes in so clearly now. It's the difference between a fourth grader and a college professor. One can only help the child understand so much. For the rest of understanding, the child has to wait to grow up. Can't be helped. Okay, I'm stepping out of this here journal. Things have changed since I wrote it. My gosh, this is from 9/23. Fourth graders, you rock, okay? Don't you let anything limit you. You don't have to wait to grow up. You just contact that inner knowing you've got. When it comes to the mind, that's only when it comes to the mind. The fourth grader and the professor have a major difference there that, that's hard to bridge. But I wouldn't have written this way. My God, the changes we make. Do you see how time is dissolving? This was written 9/23. This is what, 10/6 or something like that? It's no time at all. And the understanding has shifted so much that it's just not seen the same way anymore. This is the dissolving of time. It's happening now. Don't wait for 2012. Enjoy it now. The beauty here, though, is that we can hop, skip, and jump right over the growing up part. It doesn't have to take time anymore. Good, I had some of this built into the journal. As we rise up in consciousness, as we enter the heart of us, we become the professor. Just like that. We see from a much higher level. There is no condemnation here, no judging of right or wrong, good or bad, higher or lower, any of that. There are just various ways to learn and to know things. That's what we're doing down here. Only now our lessons are complete. Graduation ceremony is awaiting us. That's in the wings of things. We're going home in consciousness. No more need to remain. We're finished with 3D. Well, that is most of us. Be prepared, my friends, for there are those who choose not to go with us. They are still enjoying 3D too much. They have more to learn, and we must let them go. They will find other opportunities. 3D itself is not completely vanishing, at least not as far as I know. There will be other worlds that remain where such souls can incarnate again, just not here on Earth. We're all sovereign beings. I call on all of us to wake up now, to grow up, and to begin to give one another the full freedom to decide for themselves what their life shall be. Back off from controlling other people. If you don't if you don't like their decisions, then separate out. Move away. Get divorced. You don't have to stay with what you don't like or don't accept. You don't have to condemn it either. That just ties you to that. Word to the wise. Okay. Oh well. I meant to share the great beauty I discovered in this heart there in the midst of its disappointment on that documentary channel. There was such a sad regret there for the extreme polarization I saw. And I'll put a link in. It wasn't that any of the documentaries was wrong, or that they all were, or anything like that. It was that people were not respected for being the sovereign beings we are. It wasn't recognized that we can make our own choices. They didn't give us a wide buffet there. They made the choice of our point, our perspective for us. Someone felt they had to decide for us what our beliefs would be. They chose only one aspect of things to put forward. They limited the selection, not to what was any voice seeking to explore and share truth, but to a certain side of the coin. Just one side. Too bad. And I champion their right to do that. No doubt that's exactly what they set out to do. No doubt they believe that they are presenting the right side of the arguments there. They are just polarized, that is all. It's not wrong. It just is. It's a part of 3D. I find this heart really longing for home, though. How about you? Are you ready for that world of peace where all is completely based on and saturated in such a depth of love that our 3D minds can't even touch it, much less begin to grasp? I am so ready for that. It tires me now how man continues and continues to fight, because that's what that is. That polarity, that's fighting. You're not using fists, you're using information. It's fighting. People don't realize it, but by doing things like that, by setting up such websites, they are perpetuating war. That is the very energy of war. Somebody is right, somebody is wrong, and I argue for my side of things and I suppress your right to speak yours. I don't want to listen. That's what that says. That is war by definition. It leads to that. It is the very same energy. And that is what we have been manipulated into these many long millennia. I am already so far up and out of that, and I hope you are as well. I hope that you will begin seeing all this polarization around us and how it is so very unnecessary. Everyone does the best that they can. Do we condemn them? Do we fight and kill them for that? That's just like little kids on the playground, friends. All those who are growing quite up and out of that, I'll meet you in heart. And as a PS in the transcript, I've got the link for the documentary channel. And you know, it doesn't matter whether they're presenting the conservative or the liberal side of things. It doesn't matter one side or the other. I don't go for any of that. All right. Love and light. See you soon.